Okay, so my name is Adrian Medrano. I am your instructor for the Computer Networking and Systems Administration program. I will be your instructor pretty much throughout the entire time that you're with me. All right. Um, there's a lot that we have to cover that's very, very important to the success of your time throughout this first semester. This first semester is about 16 weeks, about 15 and a half to 16 weeks, right? Depending on how many courses you're enrolled in will depend on what your My Courses looks like. So hopefully everybody that's at home and here, if you can, if you have your laptops, go ahead and sign into Canvas. If you don't have your laptop and you have your phone, you can go out and you can download the Canvas app. All right, so it'll look like this. Hopefully I can get it to the screen. It'll look like that. Right there, you'll see it at the top left, right? It's kind of, it says Canvas Student, right? So Canvas Student is what it looks like on your phone. You can go and download that app, and then you would sign in just like if you were going to sign into Canvas. It's pretty simple. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. And the great thing about that is that it'll allow you to be able to look at your courses and stuff like that. I don't know. I haven't really used it to see if you can actually do anything in it as far as like complete an assignment. But if you have assignments that are due, stuff like that, you can set it up with alerts and stuff like that. So it makes it a little bit easier to get to. Also, it'll give you like any announcements and course information that you might need. All right. So I have quite a few of you that are enrolled in the ITSC 1325 class. The ITSC 1325 class is the PC hardware class. Now, there's two ways that you can do it as in regards to your assignment. So when you're doing an assignment, you can use I believe it'll have like an online, it'll tell you like an online lab, and then it'll have a hybrid lab, right? The online lab is designed so that way you can do it at home, all right, if you want to. As far as the masteries go, whenever you get to the end of a module, you'll have what's called mastery assessments. The mastery assessment exams can be done at home, no problem, right? So you can use your book, you can use whatever resources that you need to be able to take that exam. As far as the mastery lab goes, there are some labs that you might want to do in class. It gives you the option, right? So you can do the hands-on portion where you can take the computer apart, put it back together, that kind of thing, right? And when you get to that lab or mastery assessment, you can either come in, or if you can't, you can do it online. Now, if you do it online, the only caveat to that is that you have to have Steam's PC building simulator. All right. Sometimes they'll have like specials that you can get it for like $10 or whatever. So that will allow you to be able to do those assignments in a virtual environment. All right. And at any point, you can come into the lab and complete those labs. I have plenty of equipment here for you guys to work on. All right. So any questions over that? No questions?
Nope.
Okay. So as far as the ITNW 1308 class goes, the 1308 is the operating systems class. So we're going to be doing some installing of operating systems. Now, the cool thing about that is it does have an online and a hybrid component. So we have brand new computers here that we're going to be installing the operating systems on. We'll be installing Windows 10, Windows 11, and a Linux operating system. So, like I said, you have the ability to either do that online or you can do it virtually. All right. With that being said, we will be using AWS. So on my screen here, just gonna log in.
I think he accidentally left.
Is it still showing for y'all?
Ah, there we go. Can y'all hear him or no?
I
I
can't.
can't hear him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was muted. My bad. Okay, so now you can see your apps. Okay, so login.tsdc.edu. Oh, so the Wi-Fi.
I'm on hold right now waiting for TSTC because they're sending my.
You can do this without killing anybody. Okay. Wi-Fi password is right. It's TSTC wireless, and then it's capital ABI 2082 exclamation. Okay, so when you go to login.tsdc.edu, you can see all your different applications. Your applications are going to be a little bit different than mine, but for the ITNW 1308 and many other classes, you're going to see this right here where it says CNS App Stream. When you click on that and when you get to your assignment to where you're doing the installing of the virtual machines, there's going to be a set of instructions that has you log in through the CNS app stream. Just pay very, very close attention to those instructions, and you should have no problem. If you do have a problem, just let me know. Especially if you're doing like the first couple of class days, it takes a little bit for them to be able to get everybody into the system. All right. Once you do that, you're going to have, once you get all the way through it, you'll see AWS and you're going to see your virtual machines. You should have 2 or 3 different virtual machines that you're going to use. All right. One for Windows 10, one for Windows 11, and then one for Linux. All right. It'll be Fedora 30, I believe is what we're using. So you can do those assignments virtually. All right. So that's the cool thing about it is you can do those assignments virtually if you have to. I know a lot of y'all work, and so time is very important to you guys. All right. So we're trying to make it as easy as possible. As far as like hands-on stuff goes, we're just going to be doing some installs. All right. So if you want to come into the lab and you rather work on an actual machine, I can show you guys how to do that, with a USB drive. And I will also be giving y'all software and stuff like that to where you can like get you a little USB stick and then be putting it on there and then do your install. So you have the option, whatever you want to do. All right. As far as the ITNW 1358 class, the Network Plus, if you are enrolled in that class is going to be heavy intense. All right. The reason for that is because that class is kind of like almost like an intermediate class. However, the good thing about it is that the PC hardware class and the OS class has a lot of those networking basics built into them. So as you're going through those classes, you're going to see a lot of overlap between the two. you'll see those same concepts over and over and over again. All right. The 1358 class is the one that a lot of people have trouble with, but I've gone through the class, I've kind of vetted it and kind of made things a little bit easier, moved things around. All right. So it's not so bad. The only thing that you're going to really want to do is pay attention to the readings in the book and also to the videos that are there. All right. It's going to seem like a lot of information. It really is. All right. So it is the foundation of networking. And basically what that means is that when you're taking that class is going to be the foundation for every other class that you take in here. So what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to stress yourself out thinking, oh my gosh, if I don't get this class, I'm just going to fail it all. I'm not going to succeed, blah, blah, blah. That's not true. There is a ton of information there, and a ton of it you're going to get and a ton of it you're not going to get. All right. It's going to kind of be a 50-50 split. All right. And that's okay. And the reason for that is because next semester, when you take the CCNA 1 class, it's going to be, it's like taking the Network Plus twice almost. All right. Except you're taking it through Cisco. So you're going to get that information again. All right. So what I'm asking you to do is spend a little bit more time on it than any other classes. All right. The reason for that is because there's a lot of information there, and there's some assignments that can take quite a bit of time to be able to complete. The other thing is that I'm available Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and sometimes on Fridays and sometimes on the weekends. All right. So that leads me to, okay, how do I get help if I need it in any of these classes? There's a lot of different ways that you can contact me, whether it's through email, whether you text me, whether you send me a chat through Google Meets or Discord, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all have Discord. If you don't have Discord, you're probably going to want to go and get it. And so it's going to look like, so I think a few of you have already signed up for Discord, which was for gaming. So it's a platform that you can use to be able to communicate with other people, right? It's not so much for gaming, all right? It's what gamers use to be able to have people join their channel and then share information about that specific game, right? So if we're doing League of Legends, right, and I have a League of Legends server, blah, 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 and I stream, blah, 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 then all my followers can go and join that server, and then they would have that information to use, all right? So as you can see, there's quite a few of you that are already on. I sent the invite out in an email, so you'll just want to go to your MyMail email, and then there'll be a Discord link. You can join the server. As you can see, hopefully y'all can't see it there. Let me stop presenting that, and let's just do the entire screen. So if you have Discord, all you have to do is just join that channel by clicking that link, right? And what you're going to see is you're going to see a lot of different channels over on the left-hand side. And those channels, you can pop in, you can leave a message for me. I have Discord on my laptop, on my phone, and I'll have it on my tablet. So I'll pretty much be connected to it all the time, all right? The great thing about that is that, with you being able to pop in your question or whatever, I can help you directly through Discord, or we can meet through Google Meets or something like that if you're working on something. All right. So there are a lot of different ways that you can communicate with them. And the only thing that I ask is that you take advantage of that. All right. So what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to feel stuck. I don't want you to feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to do anything because I can't get a hold of anybody. All right. If that is your complaint, then I am failing to do my job. All right. So I'm giving you several different options to be able to get a hold of me. All right. And there's a third option, right? We do have the online CNS group, and they are available to you guys. I think sometimes up to 8 o'clock. I'm going to get their schedule. I'll post their schedule. They are teaching the exact same classes as I am. All right. A lot of those instructors have built the classes that you're actually taking, so they're very familiar with those classes. Those instructors are credentialed to teach all of the classes that we offer. So when you click on that Google Meet link, right, you're going to basically log into kind of what you did today, and you'll log in and you'll see different instructors, and you can just type in the chat or voice them and say, hey, my name is so and so, I am taking this class, and they will, I have this question or I need this help. They are available up to, like I said, 8 p.m. So that kind of gives you like 3 hours of time after 5 o'clock if I'm not available. All right. So that's another way. The other thing is that on Thursdays, starting this Thursday, you will have the option to come in from anywhere between 10 to 7. All right. So I know a lot of y'all work during the day, so I'm giving you kind of an extended hours kind of a look. I will send out a form via either an announcement and email probably. And so that form, it'll have every Thursday listed for September and maybe even October. All right. And then I'll just send out a different form for November and December. And what you'll do is you'll just go in and you'll click the link or click the time that you want to come in or you think that you can come in to do a Thursday. If you're not sure, don't go and click all of them, because what that's going to do is that it's going to make me set my schedule. All right. And if you click all of them or you click some of them and then nobody shows up, I'm going to be really pissed off. All right. Because that's my time that I have to like reschedule. All right. So you got to make sure that if you click a Thursday that you have to be here. All right. You have up until Wednesday, the night before, to be able to do that. All right. If you try to do it on Thursday, it's too late. All right. Because I've already set my schedule. All right. I'm either going to be here at 8 or I'm going to be here at 10. Will, did you have a question?
Is it okay if I come in Thursday without a schedule and just work in here? Or is it
You can come in. So you can come in if there's somebody here, obviously, right? But every day, it's not going to be open till 7 is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right? It's only going to be those days where people have elected that they're going to be here. So like this Thursday, if I have 1 or 2 people that elect that they want to come in this Thursday, then I'm going to set my schedule to where at 10 o'clock I will be here and I will be here till 7, right? Which means that there may not be here anybody from 8 to 10. Make sense? All right. Any questions on that? Was that confusing? A little bit? Clear as mud. Okay. No questions? Anybody? No? We good? Cool. Any questions on Discord?
Did you send the link to our TSDC account?
I did. I sent the link to your TFDC email. And it's probably also in the, it's not an announcement. So yeah, it probably went to your email. So make sure you check your mymail.tscc.edu account for the link. All right. No questions? Hello. Okay. Before I get into like the deep part of what we're going to talk about today, I have a few people here that want to kind of take the floor. They are here and they have services that they have for all of the students. And so you're welcome to take part in that. They will give you the information, and I will get an email list for them so they can send out emails to you guys. And they got some really good stuff. All right. So highly recommend that you kind of listen, and if it's something that you can use, by all means do that. All right. So I want to just basically recap. We covered the logging in. So if you're having troubles logging in, you can always call the help desk anytime. They're there to help you, right? So the TSTC help desk, if you can't get that, it's on the TSTC website. If you still can't find it, let me know, and I will put that in our Discord, probably under announcement, right? So yeah, so we did that. We did Discord, we did communication. We covered kind of a little bit of the labs. We're going to go deep into the labs in just a second as soon as they're done. But the last thing I want to say is that your communication from anything from the school, whether it's from me, whether it's from our administrative people, or whether it's staff, like Kay Johnson, or financial aid, stuff like that, everything is going to go through your MyMail. All right. MyMail is easy to get on your phone. You can just go to the Google apps on your phone, right? So Google Apps, and just do your Google Mail, your Gmail, and then you can sign up, right? So, and then you can basically create that account. You'll log in just like if you were logging on that. So you can have it on your phone, your tablet, or your laptop. All right. The other thing is that those that need a laptop or need some type of computer, I will have to get with Canvas. I'm not quite sure what she means. If you need a laptop, I think I have several of them that don't have one, or that has a computer that's older or something like that. If you need one, I need you to contact me ASAP. Jacob is going to kind of talk about some stuff that may help you as well. I have a donor that has a couple of laptops they're willing to donate to our students. So I need to know who needs one. I know Dawson is one of those. So if there's somebody else that needs one, please get with me. All right. If you don't have a computer at all, get with me so we have a better understanding of what our needs are. I know that it takes a few weeks before you can get your disbursement for financial aid. I'm not quite sure when that's going to happen, but if you need to wait that long, or if you plan on waiting until you get your disbursement to get a laptop, let me know. Right? There's laptops here in the lab that you can use while you're here. There's desktops that you can use as well. All right. So we have plenty of equipment for you to use. Obviously, you guys that are online that joined us, you're probably joining either from a laptop or a desktop, and that's fine, as long as you have something that you can use to be able to access your classes. The last thing I'll talk about before I let Elijah and Jacob come up, is making sure that you can access books. All right. If you're taking the first three classes, the 1325 class, the 1308, and the 1358, there's only two books required. That's the 1308 class and the 1358 class. So the 1325 class, the PC hardware class, does not have a book, so you won't need that. Everything is in there. The 1308 class, there is a book, and you will need that book. All right, you will need it to help with the exam questions and readings and material and stuff like that. Same way with the 1358 book. I highly recommend that you get that book. And the reason for that is because both of those books will help in regards to if you want to take the certification class. All right. And we'll talk more about that later on. All right. I have a study group thing that I'm going to start on Fridays. So if you're in the Network Plus class, and if you're wanting to take the Network Plus certification exam, either at the end of the semester or anytime, you can come to that study group, and then we're going to kind of just basically go over that material. And I'm just going to like cram questions into you. All right. So any questions? I know I'm kind of like all over the place right now, but does anybody have any questions at all? So it's going to be on Fridays, most Fridays, and I will have a posting about it. So yeah, we'll get together and we'll just kind of all. I don't know if we'll get together in here. We'll get up in Student Central, or we'll find a place where we can go and cram for that. Any other questions or any questions online? Any of you guys have questions? Nope. Okay. All right. I'm going to hand it over to Elijah here. And you'll have to stand right here and kind of
Do the whole thing.
do the whole thing.
I can do that. Appreciate you. While I'm talking, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and it's just this quick sign-in sheet because the online stuff is still getting up. So it's just name, student ID, and your program. It's all there. Welcome to my online guys. Glad you're here too. Thanks, Adrian, for your time. I know you have a lot to cover, so appreciate y'all. Real quick, my name's Elisha. I'm with Career Services. So pretty much what that means is I'm the part of TSTC that will help you get ready to get a job after you graduate. Get you the industry connections, who's hiring, all that good stuff. So that's what I'm doing. So along like with Adrian and the rest of the staff, we just want to see you guys succeed, that you actually get your money's worth out of this and that your time is worth it, helping you get a job afterwards. So I'm going to do a real quick, it's called a workshop, but I'm pretty much just giving you an information session. Does that sound good? Real quick. So I'll probably keep it down around 10 minutes and then Adrian's going to come out, Jacob's going to come out and talk. So first thing, really the three big things I concentrate on, guys, is resume writing, interviewing skills, and job searching. So those are really my big three things that I can help you out with if you need some coaching. A lot of the stuff that I teach is in that book. So you pretty much have my cheat code right there. Online, guys, I will send you my my email. Somehow I'll make sure that you're connected with some career services resources too. So next thing, I'll just kind of go down the list here. There's going to be times, guys, where we'll actually have industry like partners, companies around town that want to talk to you guys. They want to let you know what they're hiring at, what their pay is, what their benefits are, and if they have open positions. So you'll be in the know about those things. So not only are we going to, equip you to sell yourself pretty much, because like you are a product, right? You're all in sales. You didn't know that, but you are the product. Your personality, your skills, your education, you're all in sales. And these customers, these hiring managers, they're all your customers. So we're helping you sell yourself. So we'll actually bring them to you sometimes. They'll do presentations, and I've known guys in meetings like that walk out with job offers. It happens all the time. So just want to let y'all know about that. Those are called employer spotlights. We also have job fairs. We have one coming up October 8th. It's there at the big ITC campus. I know where that's at, the real big fancy one by the airport. That's where the job fair is going to happen October 8th. You'll get plenty of emails. I don't want to inundate you. Y'all have so many emails y'all are going to be looking at. So October 8th is fine. It's from 9 to 12, and you pretty much bring a copy of your resume, and you guys are ready to go. Talk to anybody and everybody you want to. So that's how that works. How many of you guys are like in 2345 and like, who's the first semester? My bad. This is a better question. First semester? Second? Third? Fourth? All right, cool. So some of you like second and third semester guys, you'll probably see me for what's called an interview practicum. First semester guys, you can listen to. There's a few classes along your path where we're going to do interview practicums, which is where you come in and you practice interviewing with some staff and some community volunteers. So you'll get more information on that. That's going to be September 26th. I know it's a lot really soon, but this is such good practice for you guys. Of course, first semesters, y'all are welcome to, but it's really like required for guys in a couple of your classes. So I'll let you know about that. Also, if I'm talking really fast, guys, I'm trying to respect your time. Raise your hand if I'm going too fast or if you have any questions. Next thing is also you can visit me during office hours. I'm at that ITC building, the big fancy one, Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5. I'm also hybrid, kind of like you guys are. Fridays, I work remote, but I do Google Meets all the time. I do one-on-ones for any career stuff. Like that is kind of like my bread and butter right there. I love doing those. When you see an email from me, I pretty much have an appointment link in there that says book an appointment with me, and you click on that and you can self-serve pretty much, and it puts it on my calendar. Super easy. You never have to like call me or do anything ahead of time. It's all on you because I know you guys are working, right, too, and doing this. So I want to respect your time. Another big important thing that, man, I always get this from people who are students up till their 5th semester. They're like, I wish I would have known about this, is higher TSTC. Who knows about what that is? Who does not know what higher TSTC is? Perfect. So I'm talking to the right people. So higher TSTC is TSTC's in-house job board. It is where people, it's like your Indeed, but way better. Because Indeed can be like, there's a bunch of scams on there, right? A bunch of jobs that aren't legit. They just give you the runaround and you actually never get to apply. Higher TSTC is specific in the industry. People actually have to manually input their job opportunities. They're looking for you, so they put their information for you in there. So Higher TSTC is an awesome job board. Once census date hits, which is like mid-September, here in a couple weeks, you'll automatically be created an account, entered in the system, and you'll just input some data, and you're in to go, and you're in for life. As long as the system is around, you can look at jobs, you can write a resume on the software in there, and all that good stuff. There's actually a template for CNS students that has all your classes listed. It has blocks for your work history. Pretty much does all the heavy lifting for you when it comes to formatting, because formatting resumes sucks. Like, you don't have to worry about the lines and the spacing and the tabs and all that. It's all done for you. You just populate the information. So that's really cool. Money back guarantee. I just have to do a quick blurb on that. There's some programs, CNS isn't one of them, so I don't want to like spend too much time on it. But if you transfer, there's some programs that pretty much, if you don't have a job after 6 months, getting an associate's degree, you get all your out-of-pocket tuition refunded to you. That didn't include scholarships or anything. It's out-of-pocket expenses. If you want that list, I can give it to you, but why would I tell it if like it's not applicable, right? So, but if you do change,
Somebody trying to cheat the system, not get a job on purpose.
well, that's no. Well, no, that's a legit question because you have to meet certain requirements to stay eligible for fundamental back guarantee. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's certain things like, hey, are you actually agreeing to it? And there's like a form you sign that has all the prerequisites laid out. So, but that's a good question though. Yeah, but like, no, people have tried to do that. But it's like diesel, electrical line worker, EPC, industrial systems, precision, yada, yada, yada. But anyway, I'll move on. Any questions on that so far? All good? Cool. So, like I said, we're here to support you in your career goals. What's great about career services is that even once you graduate, no matter what level, certification, associates, whatever, you guys have access to career advisors for life, pretty much. You're an alumni. You can always come back and look for a job. We can help you write your resume, interview practice. Like, we're here in your career journey, not just your school journey. So I'm here in-house. My contact card is in that little folder in there. Feel free to take a picture of it, whatever you want to do. I'm just an email or a chat away. So that's all I got, guys. So any questions? Cool, guys. If y'all gonna do one more thing for me, yeah, I'm glad, whatever. Online, guys, y'all good? I'm gonna take no response as a good response.
What was your name again?
My name is Elisha Seka, and I'll give my info to Adrian. He can send it out to you guys.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, so career services is hybrid like you are, or online. We serve all of them, online, school, hybrid, and on campus. So I'm not the CNS advisor, but I am the Abilene advisor. So if you're coded for here, I'll be helping you out. But you will always have somebody. So, gotcha. Any more questions from online?
No, sir.
Awesome. Thanks, y'all. If you haven't yet, go ahead and sign in that little sign-in sheet, and I'll manually enter in whoever was here today. So that's all I got. And if everybody's good, go ahead, Jacob. Jacob is with ARC, and he's an awesome resource, guys. You're going to want to hear from him. So,
Good morning, guys. Yeah, so some of you know me, but that's why I'm here today, because a lot of you don't know me. My name is Jacob Salas. I am the advocacy and resource coach. A lot of people say Jacob is the ARC coach. And so yeah, so basically, I'm a resource for you guys, right? Basically, I'm here to remove any of those barriers that are standing in your way, right? From continuing your education. Of course, congratulations to getting to this point. I mean, I know a lot went into it. A lot of sacrifices are made. So it's great that you guys are definitely continuing your education. And that's why this program is here. It's a unique program in a way that a lot of schools don't have this program. Now, when it first started out, I'll admit when because it's fairly new, the program that we have, the department we have, there was a lot more resources because I guess when it starts out, let's say somebody gives you a meal, right? Well, that meal has a lot of portions on there, and a lot of people can take off that portion. And now at this point, we're limited, but at the same time, we still do try our best to pull those resources, to pull from different grants, different scholarships. So we try to pull as much as we can, depending on your situation. Basically, to give you some basics, okay, we provide assistance in terms of childcare, like if you have children. Now, when I say assistance, like I said, it's limited, but like I said, we try to pull as much as we can to help. So we have childcare, we have clothing. If you need some clothes for career services, I mean, if you need like a dinner jacket or something like that, or a tie, to help you with that interview process, we could try to help you with that. Counseling. Now, we don't do counseling ourselves, but we definitely point you in the right direction. We have Amy Buchanan over here. If you definitely want to reach out, I think everybody could benefit from counseling. Knowledge is power. So you definitely want to learn more about yourself, learn more about your future, things like that. So don't ever hesitate regarding the counseling. I think it's a very powerful department that we have. Like if you need food, thankfully, like for you guys, my office is here and the food pantry is here as well. So like, let's say, they cut your hours at work or something, or, you don't have enough food for the week, you can come in and I have, you can take some food for about a week, every week if you want. So, it's not much, but like I said, we have, ramen and raviolis, things like that. So it's it can get you through. It can get you through the week. So take advantage of that. Housing assistance as well. So like if you're struggling with the rent, something like that, we have a stipend for that as well. So yeah, it depends on your situation. Medical as well, transportation. If you drive more than 20 miles to get to class weekly, up to more than 2 times a week. If you have to get to class more than 2 times a week and you're driving more than 20 miles, there is a stipend that we offer. Now it's a first come, all of this is a first come, first served basis. So that's why you want to, take advantage of it. So yeah, and then your utility bills as well. So like if you have, the electricity bill, or, you have your water bill, whatever it is, if you reach out to me, we can definitely, discuss what we need to do in order to help you pay for that. So I have some cards over there, the postcards. You scan that QR code, and then once you scan the QR code, it'll take you to a page, an application, and then it's very simple. You request the assistance, and then from there, your request will be sent out to a coordinator, and then the coordinator will reach out to me, and then I'll reach out to you. And now, of course, I'm going to send you some emails, and all you have to do is respond to those emails. Now, if you don't respond to those emails, then nothing will happen, right? So you definitely want to respond to any emails after you submit a request. And then let's see. So yeah, basically, it's very simple. It's very easy. And at any time, like I said, and getting through school can be a struggle sometimes. And so yeah, definitely reach out to us. And yeah, thank you, Elijah, for passing those out. And you can, like I said, a postcard. Just scan the QR code anytime. If not, reach out to me. My office is right over here. If you come to the campus here, tell Adrian, hey, I'm looking for Jacob. My office is right here. So don't hesitate. And like I said, we're looking forward to continuing the relationship and getting to know you guys. And does anybody have any questions at all? All right, pretty simple. Let's see. Yeah. So yeah, same thing with if you need a laptop, right? Now, in some cases, we can provide the full amount for the laptop, but in most cases, it'll probably be maybe like the majority of whatever your laptop is costing. It probably won't be the full amount, but we can help as much as we can if you need a laptop. And of course, if you need any books or whatever, let me know as well. And like I said, we can definitely look into that for further information. But yeah, that's all I have. I think that's everything. And yeah, so come and see me and let me know. Thank you, Adrian. Appreciate it.
Thanks, sir.
There's some cereal bars if you want some breakfast. They'll be right over here if you want.
Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a little 5-minute break, and then when I come back, what we're gonna do is we're going to cover a little bit more in-depth look at how the courses work. All right, so I'm just gonna minimize this here quickly. When you sign into Canvas, obviously, hopefully you've done that by now. If you sign in, when you sign in, you're not going to have all these classes. These are all the classes that I'm teaching. You'll probably just have the ones that you're enrolled in. Okay. So, like I said, let's take a 5-minute break, and then we're going to cover those classes a little bit more in depth. Right. So you guys feel free to get up. There's bathrooms, there's vending machines. If you need smoke, you can go out here, vape, whatever. Hey, no problem.
Hey, Adrian. Okay, good.
I know you said you were kind of timid about that's it for Wednesday. And here's the truth. On Thursday, we got new building, ISP, and then the rest of 2 ISP. One's in the big lab downstairs, and one's in here. I'll probably bring the same stuff I did this time. Pretty close, guys. Yeah, we did agree. Yeah, all right, y'all. Have a good day. See you later. Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Also need to get off make sure you get a fraction. Did you get it? Yeah. Okay. Do you want to use MacBook to log in or anything?
I've been on Canvas.
Okay.
Unless I need.
No, you don't need to. I'm just asking if you want to. Do you? Okay. Do you want to use a laptop or do you need that? Okay.
My mail is not working.
Your MyMail's not working. Like you can't log into MyMail? Can you log into the login.tscc.edu? So it's going to be that same username and password. So whatever you logged into the login.tscc.edu, and then when you click on Canvas,
I want to click on one.
can you go back to it so I can see what it is that
Also, like,
so whatever you logged in here, when you click on Canvas,
it's not showing on for us.
so you need to go to courses. So where's all your courses? So over here, I think there's a way to change the view to, yeah, I did that yesterday and it freaked me out. And I was like, okay. Okay, so let's close this one and that link there. Okay, so you're already in. So click on Canvas.
I'm not still waiting on my ID because my CSGO is just not real. It's
Okay, click on the one. That's great.
that's nothing more to do. Where's those?
When you log into that, typically when you log into the login, it's a single sign-on. So it should see your credentials there.
But I have to go through, I have to always go through here. The portals never work. I'm not sure if it's like they're confused on my account because CSGO is confusing me with someone named Cody Hill.
Okay, so we're going to, and it's going to be the same login that you logged in here. So it's going to be that. And then whatever password you used, that's what it'll be.
Thank you.
Just try that and see. So,
And find Google account.
what's up, man? Welcome back. See you next. Is that what it gave you?
Yep.
Don't use it on account.
I have internet, text, messages, phone calls.
Yeah, even my, professor for my, English class, messaged me, emailed me about it, saying there's the issue with my,
Get a picture.
figured I got that. It's a problem. So, So,
So let's call that number there. Okay, sorry about that. Everybody ready? Cool. Let me just gather my thoughts here. Where do I want to start? Okay. Let's start with ITSC 1325. Right. The first thing that you're going to want to do, if you haven't done so already, is click on that course check-in. You'll notice that if you try to go to like module 1 or any of the other links, it's going to direct you to course check-in. You'll want to do that for every single class that you're enrolled in. That is to basically count as your show for the class. All right. If you don't do the course check-in, then it could potentially drop you from the course after X amount of days. All right. Plus, it'll affect financial aid if you get enrolled, unenrolled, all that good stuff. So the first thing you'll want to do, and the first thing it'll let you do, is click on the course check-in. Once you click on the course check-in, it might take you to another page that says something about if you try to click on turn the course, turn the course. The next thing is the self-assessment. So the self-assessment is just kind of just asking a bunch of questions about that specific class to see what you know, what you don't know. It doesn't count against you. I barely even look at those because everybody's just kind of starting from there. If you have advanced level knowledge, you may be able to go through that stuff. That's just going to kind of give you an idea of some of the topics that are included in that particular course. So you might go through that course pretty quickly, especially if you know that information. If you don't know that information, it's okay. You're going to learn it. All right. So just go through that course assessment. They may ask for like a syllabus quiz is the next thing or something like that. Complete that as well. And then when you complete everything, then you should get to the point where you're at module 1. So since I get to skip all that stuff, when you click on module 1, you'll see module 1. It's all broken down. There's a lot of different ways that you can get to that. You can get through it over on the left-hand side. You can see modules, right? And you should be, well, you can't see assignments, but you'll see modules. Modules will also take you to kind of that view where you'll get through the getting started stuff, and then you'll get down to module 1. I would highly recommend spend some time going through this top part over here. Some of it you can kind of go through pretty quickly, such as the course overview, pre-course self-assessment, about your instructor, just has little information about me, how to contact me. There's also the link to the Discord as well. That's my office number. Some of you already have my cell phone number. If you have it, just please use it with discretion. All right. I texted a lot of y'all, especially when y'all are trying to get registered and all that stuff, just to kind of make sure that you could get everything done. So the only thing I ask is that yeah. I don't need no 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning texts.
But those are the fun ones.
Yeah, I guess.
Don't forget to tell them that when they get emails from me to read them.
Yeah, I will. So a little bit about myself. You feel free to kind of go through that if you'd like. Back to modules. Instructions for using LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning is kind of going to be where a lot of your videos are. All right, there's a ton of really good videos that you'll have access to as a student. All right, once you log into it one time, then pretty much logs you in. Right, so every time that you click on a video, if you've never logged into LinkedIn Learning, and you click on a video, it's going to redirect you to log in, right? So you log in through your student, using your student username and password and all that good stuff. If you want to bypass that, you can just go directly onto that link there by clicking on that. And it'll give you the instructions on how to get access to LinkedIn Learning. The syllabus quiz is basically just a quiz that's going to go over the contents in the syllabus. All right. It'll have like book information, resources, things that you're going to need. It'll have all the different assignments that we're going to cover, and a lot of other things that you want. You have a meet your classmates and a Q&A discussion. You feel free to fill that out if you'd like to. It's not monitored. It's not graded, anything like that. It's just, if you all want to learn a little bit about each other, there you go. VMware instructions. We will be using VMware in this class to be able to do a lot of the assignments virtually. So you'll want to follow through with that what you're going to find is that there's going to be some classes that will use VMware, AWS, and VirtualBox. These are all hypervisors in a way. And what that means is that with each one of these different platforms, you can go in and you create virtual machines, and then you can install an operating system on that virtual machine. All right. I know that might sound a little foreign right now, but think of the fact that I use a MacBook, right? And I can go in and I can download and install VMware, or I can access AWS, or I can install VirtualBox. And then when I do that, I can create a virtual machine and then install a Windows operating system or a Linux operating system in a virtual environment. So even though I'm using a MacBook, I can also be running Windows within a virtual machine. And you're going to learn about virtual machines in depth throughout the course. So that gives me the flexibility to be able to do things in a virtual environment. Okay. Now, with every module, the way that the modules are designed is that you start off with an introduction, and then you got the Explore. Now, Explore and in this class is going to be different in another class, but basically it does the same thing. Your Explore in this particular class gives you all of your instructional content. In the 1308 class, it's called instructional content. In this class, it's called Explore, right? And here you'll have your different types of media, right? Here it says, oh, you need to authenticate. So it should take me to a LinkedIn Learning course, right? Or a user course. So you'll have an instructor that will actually basically kind of give you your lecture, all right? This person has already done the lecture for me, so I don't have to stand up here and lecture it to you, all right? The great thing about a video is that you can hit the pause record, the button anytime you want to, right? You will also have links to other types of videos, whether it's through LinkedIn Learning or YouTube, okay? Then you'll have what's called supplemental resources. The supplemental resources can be a book if you're looking at the 1308 class or the 1358 class, or in this case, because there is no book, you'll have other videos. Once you've gone through and you've watched those videos, you can watch them as many times as you want to, you're going to go to a lab, and it'll tell you lesson 111B lab, explore the CPU. In this particular assignment, you will have instructions on what to do, right? So explore the CPU. When I click on that link, it's going to give me my instructions document. Here's the introduction to what it is that you're going to do. Here are your objectives for this specific lab, the type of equipment that you're going to need. In this case, it's just a computer with internet access. Pretty easy, right? The procedure, you'll do some research on the internet, find the CPU features. So basically what this assignment is telling you is that the first part, or this part of the lesson, is you're going to be learning about the individual CPU itself. You're going to be looking at different types of CPUs, the different types of frequencies, the different brands, models, that kind of stuff, all right? What it's capable of. Why the CPU? Why are we starting with the CPU? Because the CPU can be considered basically the brains of the actual computer, all right? So it's going to want you to understand how the CPU works. The CPU, there's a lot of different technical things about the CPU, such as the frequency, the clock speed, you know, how many pins, the layout, the socket type, all that good stuff. All right. So that's very crucial to how that CPU fits into an actual machine, such as a desktop or a laptop. So not all CPUs will fit in, they're not interchangeable within all devices. So what they have to do is they have to create special CPUs to fit into small form factors. For example, your phone or your tablet or your laptop or whatever. So you might have like several different i5s or several different i7s or i9s or AMDs, but you know, they're all different sizes and they're all different types, right? And so basically you'll do some research, you'll complete the table, answer the questions. Now this is a PDF document. You might be able to edit directly from this document. If you can't, you can just fill out a form on Google Docs or Word or something like that, and then put that information there. And so to do that, let's say you wanted to do it in Word, right? So I'm going to open up Word, create a new document. Now it's the same thing with Google Docs, all right? If you don't have Word, that's okay. You can use Google Docs. So when you go to Google Docs, you'll just open up a Word document on that. Now, the cool thing about this is that because it's asking for a table, we can actually look to see what our table parameters are. So if we've never messed with tables, we just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. And it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows, right? So on this, I can insert table, and I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to go do that. And then if I want to do another one, I will just hit the tab key, and now I have my 5x9, right? And that's easy. So once I'm done that, I can click all the way over here to the right edge. And then hit enter if I want to create other rows. Okay. Now, when I'm done with that, I'm good to go. So to create a row, you'll just click on this last box there and then hit the tab key. It'll create another box, a set of boxes, right? When you're done with that, you're down here. Now I can answer my questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Okay, so now it looks pretty similar to what we have here. The rubric at the end means that you're pretty much done with that assignment, right? If once you answer all the questions, you do that. The rubric is just kind of give you an idea of how that's scored, right? Now, once you're done with that assignment, you filled it out, then you'll submit it, all right? When you submit it, then I will grade it. Here's the thing about grading. I'm going to grade everything that you submit, but I am only concerned about the mastery assessments, all right? Every lab that you have, that you submit, that you do, is going to be tied directly to that mastery assessment. All of those labs give you the information that you need to be successful when you get to that mastery assessment. Even though you'll get a grade from me on each of these different lab assignments, those do not count towards the overall grade of that particular course. The only things that matter are the mastery assessments. And depending on however many mastery assessments there are, depends on what your grade is, okay? So what I mean by that is I'm just going to kind of come down here to the assignments. You're not going to see this page, but I will. These are the mastery assessments. Just make sure that that's it. Now, what that means is that when you complete every single one of those mastery assessments with a grade 80 or above, you're done with the entire class. That's it. Okay. You pass module 1 mastery assessment, you'll go on to module 2 mastery assessment. Then from there, you'll go to module 3, then module 4, module 5. You have to complete all of the mastery assessments in order for you to pass the class. That's it. That's all we require. Okay. Those mastery assessments, like I said, are going to be dependent on all those individual labs and quizzes and all that other stuff. So in order for you to pass these, you really have to have that information. Now, if you are a PC hardware genius and you're like, I can do this in my sleep, then by all means, go do the mastery assessments. If you can complete those mastery assessments by whatever time today, all 5 of them, you're done with this class. Like, you don't ever have to do anything in that class ever again. So that's an incentive for you guys that feel like you can go through. Now, here's the thing. If you take a mastery assessment and you fail it, right, you don't get an 80, then you get another try. It should automatically give you that second try. If it doesn't, just email me and I'll give you another attempt. If you fail it again, then you have to get with me, and then I will talk about, you know, like if you like fail it really bad, then I'm gonna be like, bro, come on. I know you didn't even look at the material. But if you're like a 70 or 75 and be like, oh, you're really close, then we'll look at it and I'll give you another attempt. And then we'll just kind of go over stuff. All right. You can't keep failing the stuff. Basically, what it means is that you're just going to have to redo all of the assignments for that module or for those modules that you failed. Okay. And then you're stuck. You're stuck there. All right. They're not that bad. They really aren't. If you do what you need to do, you should be able to pass it easily. But I just want to let you all know that these are 100% of your total grade. Okay. So that's it. Everything else, all those other assignments are to help you to kind of get ready for that mastery assessment. So I just kind of want to make that clear. Does anybody have questions on that? You can raise your hand if you're on the online.
They're open book, right? So you can use the labs and stuff.
Yeah. So most everything is open book, so that way you can do it. All right. As you're doing the mastery assessment and you run into an issue with the actual assessment itself, then you can contact me, or you can come in and if you're doing it, and then I'll help you. All right. What I will not do is I will not answer questions for you on that mastery assessment. Like if you're like, I don't know what this means, be like, I guess go look it up. I don't know. Like, I'm not going to help you answer that question. However, I will help you do the first one, which is build your own computer. And what I'm basically going to do to help you with that is that if you come into the lab, this is only if you come into the lab, then when you're ready to take Mastery Assessment 1, I am going to actually show you how to do it before you have to do it. All right. So we're basically, that one is where we're going to take the computer apart. I'll show you, we'll talk about it, and then you'll do it. And then as long as you can put it, take it apart, put it back together, and it works, that's when it's done. So the Mastery Assessment for Module 1 is like super easy. If you're doing it on Steam, yeah, good luck. You're on your own. I can't help you there. All right. But if you do come in and you say, hey, I want to take Module 1, I want to, I'm pretty confident that I can take a computer apart, put it back together. Like I said, I'm going to show you how to do it. Right. And we'll talk about the individual parts, all that good stuff. I'm going to ask you questions. I'll be like, do you know what this is? Oh yeah, it's a hard drive. Do you know what this is? It's, RAM, whatever. So Module 1's pretty easy. Module 2, Windows 10 Sandbox. Module 2 Mastery Assessment is where you're going to install an operating system, basically. Now, if you'll wait to do this one, you will have already done this one in the operating systems class. So if you're in the operating systems class, a lot of this you'll already be familiar with. See, in this one, you're going to have to install Windows 10 in a virtual machine. Well, guess what? In the operating systems class, we're going to install Windows 10. So before you do this mastery assessment, if you're not sure how to do it in the OS class, and then you should be able to do it in this class. So the first two mastery assessments are pretty easy. The third mastery assessment is a quiz. Like I said, it's open book. Preview. You'll have questions. Now, these questions are basically multiple, like you're matching stuff. So it is going to be important that you know exactly what it is that you're doing to be able to pass this. It's 5 questions. That's it. Mastery assessment 3. Mastery assessment 4 is another quiz.
Quizzes are the friends quiz. It's the long labs. Mastery quiz.
This one, I believe, is 20 questions long. All right. And then the last one is a quiz as well. And that's it. So you have 3 quizzes and 2 labs. Pretty simple. There's a lot of information that's in this class. This class has a lot of information within the material itself to help prepare you for the A+ exam. Now, the A+ exam is offered through CompTIA. It is a pretty rigorous exam. This semester, we're going to focus on the Net Plus study group. Next semester, we're going to have a Net Plus and an A+. So if you're interested in taking that A+ certification exam, look forward to that next semester. Okay, any questions on PC hardware?
When would a person be ready to take the A+ exam?
That is a really good question. If I was y'all, I would wait at least 2 semesters before you sit for that A+ exam. And the reason for that is because the A+ exam is not just about hardware and software. It's about networking. It's about troubleshooting. It's about customer service. There's a lot of things that you have to do there. So the more knowledge you have all around, the better it's going to be. There's a lot of really good resources available. ExamCram, Professor Messer, Mike Myers on LinkedIn. He's got a whole course that help you get ready for the A+ exam, as well as the Network Plus and the Security Plus exam. So there's a lot of really good resources. I would really cram for probably a good week, 2 weeks before you sit for that exam. The main thing is that understanding the questions. If you're a good test taker, should be no problem. If you're a horrible test taker like me, then yeah, it might be a little bit challenging. So you need to understand the format of those questions and how they are worded. All right, and we're going to go over that in the actual study group whenever we have that.
Kind of just wait to the end after the 5 semesters and then.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that as well because everything is still going to be pretty fresh and you'll have a lot of knowledge and you'll feel a little bit more confident in doing that. So you can wait a couple of semesters. You can wait, until the end, right? The only thing is that there's several of y'all that only opted for the Cert 1. The Cert 1 is the first 2 semesters, right? So it's 8 months. 2 semesters, you'll get your Cert 1. Everybody that is enrolled in the AAS can also get the Cert 1 and the Cert 2. All right. So the way that works is that because you're enrolled in the AAS, the Cert 1 is just, I believe it's 6 classes. When you complete those 6 technical courses, then you'll get a Cert 1. which basically means that you can apply for graduation after your second semester. And when you apply for graduation, you can walk the stage and they'll give you a certificate that you've completed it. If you don't want to, that's fine, right? But the cool thing about that is that you will have completed the Cert 1 and we can get you a job somewhere. There are literally over 1,800 help desk entry-level jobs in the United States alone right now. Just go to ZipRecruiter and do help desk or entry-level networking, and you'll see just thousands of jobs available. Now, there's probably about 300 or 400, the last I checked, remote jobs in help desk, right? Which basically means that without any type of degree, and using the skills that you've learned in Cert 1, you could apply for a job working from home in a remote location. Now, here's what's going to be the kicker. This is what's going to make your resume stand out from everybody else. Is that if you have an A+ and a Network Plus certification, and even a Security Plus certification, that's going to make it look really, really good. If you complete your A+ certification and your Net Plus certification, you'll get a third certification from CompTIA. It's called a stackable cert. It's got a really fancy title, right? You can go to CompTIA's website and it'll tell you everything about stackable certs. Those things will help you get a job because a lot of help desk jobs that are either working remote or on site or part-time, they are looking for people with an A+ Network Plus certification, all right? Plus the skills that you got from our cert, okay? So that's really, really helpful. And so that's why that's why I said after the second semester, it'd be really great if you took those certifications and got them. A lot of times you can take a certification. If you fail it, a lot of places have like second chance where you can take it again for free. All right. If you're working for an employer, sometimes your employers will pay for your certification or they will reimburse you the money for your certification. Those certifications cost anywhere between $150 to $200 to $300. All right. So any questions on that?
Thank you.
Oh, okay. So everybody that's signed up for the AAS degree can also get a Cert 1, all right? And it just means that basically, hey, I got a Cert 1. At the end of your fourth semester, you can get a Cert 2. So you guys that have completed, if you completed, like Javier, you, Alyssa, all you guys that have already completed the first 2 semesters, y'all can apply at the end of this, towards the end of the semester or during the semester for graduation. So that way you can get that certification. All right, and we'll talk more about that. Okay. All right, after the end of 4 semesters, like I said, you can get a Cert 2. The Cert 2 covers your first 4 semesters. And basically it's the same thing as the AES without the gen eds. All right. Again, you could apply for graduation after the end of the 4th semester. You completed all of those requirements, you passed, you can apply for graduation and get your Cert 2. Walk the stage again and get your Cert 2. And then when you complete your AES, guess what? You can walk the stage again and get your AES degree. It's totally up to you. But you will have 3 different types of pieces of paper from TSDC saying that you are
All right, I'm going home. We're gonna make meetups.
Okay. Any questions on that? All right. So I'm just going to briefly cover 1308 because it is the exact same format as 1325 and 1358. So once you go through all of the individual modules, just like you did with the other one, just kind of go through the assignments. You'll have your mastery assessments. Now, in this class, there's a little bit more mastery assessments to complete. They're not that hard. A lot of them are just follow the instructions in the mastery assessment. If you can follow the instructions in the mastery assessment, you shouldn't have any problem. You'll notice that this one has an exam and a lab, an exam and a lab, an exam in module 3, an exam in module 4, and a lab in module 4. You'll have an exam and lab in module 5, and then you'll have 2 labs in module 6. All right. Once you complete all of those with 80 or better, you're done. Okay. It seems like a lot, but trust me, it's not that bad. As you go through, it actually gets easier and easier and easier. So once you get to module 2, the workload, the assignment load is a lot less, right? And then that's it. Now, over to Network Plus. With Network Plus, you have a few exams and labs. These labs are probably going to, these and the 1308 class are probably going to be the most lengthy labs, right? So you're going to want to devote at least an hour, 2 hours, sometimes even more to these labs, all right? Just depending on how quickly you can go through. A lot of them are instruction based. You follow the instructions. Some of these labs are going to be really intense, all right? But if you follow them, you shouldn't have any problems, all right? However, I am here for you, like, to help in any way. So here's something that you probably didn't know. Maybe you did know. This, like I said earlier, this class is 16 weeks, right? And you have, depending on how many classes you're taking, if you're taking 1, 2, or 3 classes, right? It can get pretty intense. All right, which basically means that from today, the start, you really got to start doing your stuff. Okay. Now, one thing you don't know about me is that I am currently enrolled in a college to finish up the few credits that I need for my bachelor's. Now, the courses that I'm enrolled in are 8 weeks long, which basically means I have to take a full course like this in 8 weeks. And not 16. So every day for 4 hours, 5 hours, however long it takes, I got to be working on my stuff after hours. All right. So I know that if I can complete 2 classes in 16 weeks, y'all can do it. All right. It's a matter of spending the time doing it. Okay. I can get you jobs. I can get all 25 of you a job, like good paying job, or I can help you find a good paying job. All you got to do is just believe that I can do it, and believe in yourself that you can do it, and believe that if you go through this stuff, you'll be successful. All right. If I can do an 8-week bachelor level class, I know y'all can handle this. Right. It's just going to take time. You got to be able to spend some time on it, right? Whether it's 3 hours, 4 hours a day, 2 hours a day, you got to spend time every single day, right? You got a lot of time to do that. And like I said, the sooner you can go through things, the sooner you're done with that class, all right? Some people have tried to split up the courses in 16 weeks in 3-5 weeks, basically 5, 10, 15. So you spend 5 weeks on one course, just knocking it out. And then when you do that, you go to the next class, and then you go to the next class. It's doable. I have seen students do that. Because you have one class, you're only focusing on one subject at a time, right? So like I'm enrolled in, I didn't take it way back when. So I'm enrolled in macro and microeconomics. in my bachelor's. So I have to take microeconomics in 8 weeks. And then the next 8 weeks, I got to take my macro. I should have taken it like years ago, but I didn't. I screwed around and was like, I don't want to do it. Now I have to take it. So I have to do microeconomics in 8 weeks, which basically means I got to cram all that information. Every week I have to turn in stuff every week for the next 8 weeks, which really sucks, but it is what it is. So I know if I can do that, I know you can do this. This stuff is a whole lot easier than microeconomics. Trust me, it really is. I already did the first week stuff and classes just started yesterday. So it's, there's a lot, but I can guarantee you, you will be successful if you just believe in yourself and believe in me. Let me help you. One of the things that I learned already from that class, I was listening to an introduction, and something that the president of the college said is that a lot of people see asking for help as a sign of weakness. But when you're in a learning environment, in actuality, the opposite is true. Asking for help is actually a sign of strength, because it basically means that you're wanting to learn, you're wanting to know something. So by asking for help or asking for instruction or even asking each other for help doesn't necessarily mean a sign of weakness. And I think a lot of people get caught up on that. You get caught up on the fact that if I ask for help, then people are going to think I'm dumb or I don't know or I'm, whatever. That in actuality is incorrect. It's proven that when people actually ask for help because they don't know something, they're actually the strongest ones because they are the most aware of what they need to do and what they need to be able to accomplish. So with that being said, never be afraid to ask for help. There's a lot of different ways that you can communicate, and it's okay. If you don't know something, ask. Simple. Just ask, and I'll get you that information. Okay. Any questions for me? From anybody? Come on, y'all gotta have questions. I'm covering all of them. Yeah. So the 1316 class, which is the Linux class, it's a doozy of a class, but you really have to pay attention to the instructions in the videos that Leo has provided. Leo Chavez, he is the other CNS instructor in Abilene. He teaches online, but we can get you his direct line. That's his class. He knows that class. I can help you with it if you want, but there's a lot. What we ran into a lot of times last semester was that there was issues with some of the commands in Linux that weren't working exactly right. So it was best just we reach out to him because sometimes that content doesn't get updated, especially if there's a different version of Linux he's running, stuff like that. So yeah, we'll be able to help you out with that class. It's just one of those classes that you really just got to pay attention to. Javier's been through it, so he's also a good resource. A lot of the other upper level classmen have been through that class, so they're good resources. And that's why I want y'all to get on Discord. Javier, I need you to get on Discord. I sent you the link in an email. Any other questions? No? You good? Sure? Good? Good? All right. Everybody online good? Is there anything I didn't cover that is, or that I covered that is a little shady or a little unclear?
Classes online or all classes going to be streamed?
So that is a really good question. I may not record everything but I will have this set up basically every day when the lab is here. All right. So you can pop in to the Google Meet if you're working from home, or if you're, just wanting to come and chit chat or whatever, or if you're having questions or needing help stuff. All right. So I'll have this basically set up for everybody.
I do have a question. What courses did you say you need a book for?
The 1308 class and the 1358 class, the OS class and the Network Plus class. The book should be in that syllabus as well. So you should be able to go to the syllabus and it'll tell you. And then you just copy that ISBN number. You can go through TSTC's bookstore if you want to order it directly. So here's the thing. If you want to order the book through the bookstore, it will come out of your financial aid. If you want to pay it out of pocket or something like that, then you can just take that, put it in Amazon. If you want an ebook, you can get an ebook or a hard copy. It doesn't really matter.
What was it the TSTC bookstore that you have to opt out of if you don't want it to, like, I know they were talking about it at the orientation, something you opt out of to where it doesn't take the money and purchase the book or something?
I think, huh?
And that was one who was talking about it. She was showing us the link, but I'm out, otherwise it will automatically charge us.
Okay, yeah, I guess.
And she said you did an email to your mail.
Uh-huh.
I don't have mine.
My old books if you want.
Sure.
Yeah. So you get an email and then it has the opt-out link in there. Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
I think that's what she was
Okay.
saying. You did an email to your mail.
Right. Yeah. So if you don't, well, that's a new one. I did not know that they were doing that, but yeah. It might be, well, all those that have books, I would imagine. So if you don't want to buy the book through the bookstore, if you don't want them to take it out of your deal, I guess they're going to send an email, or you may have gotten an email about opting out from the bookstore. So if you'd rather just purchase it on your own, it's a lot cheaper if you purchase an ebook versus, or purchasing it directly from Amazon and then from the school. So you have that option. Okay. Any questions? Nobody? Come on. I have more questions than that. Okay, well, go forth and conquer, I guess. I don't have anything else to cover. But like I said, you can also just make sure you guys get on Discord and hit me up there if you need anything or whatever. Sometimes you'll have questions. So once you click that link, then once you're in Discord, well, you should. So what, if you want to send me a direct message, I think you got to go up to users. So on the member list, you should say my name. And then I think you can right click. Right, did you click the link to join the server? Yeah, click on the server right there. Now you can join the server. And then right click on my name. And all right, well, I don't have anything else for you guys. You're welcome to stay in. I'm just gonna be here monitoring, but I am done. And I'm gonna stop this recording. And I will put it up so you can go.
There's no like specific time we have to be here